and welcome to another episode of Mad Rewind. Thank you so much for tuning in, and boy howdy do I have a amazing, talented human being, also my friend. We were softball whores at one point. There was a time where today's guest, Phil LaMarr, he and I would play softball from 9 a.m. to 6 a.m. Every Sunday in Brentwood. And if we didn't have a game and we had a downtime, somebody would pick us up because we were always available for a game. Anyway, let's get started. Phil LaMarr is an original cast member of MADtv, appearing in 115 episodes in 5 seasons from 1995 to 2000. Some of Phil's recurring characters were Desperation Lee from Funky Walker Dirty Talker, Jacques, the UBS guy, Sexy Player Rick, R&B singer Savante, Steven from the Oasis, who fought against racial stereotypes, and Rocket Revenger star Lieutenant Abraham Jefferson, a.k.a. Lincoln Willis. Some of Phil's well-known impressions were Bobby Brown, Ray Charles, Billy Crystal, Sammy Davis Jr., Louis Farrakhan, Morgan Freeman, Ice-T, Michael Jackson, Tiger Woods, Chris Tucker, Prince, and Mo Howard from the Three Stooges, to name a few. You also know Phil's voice as the title character of Samurai Jack. Both Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and Virgil Hawkins Static in the DC animated universe, Hermes Conrad in Futurama, Bolby Stravanovsky in The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, Ollie Williams and Judge Dignified Q Blackman in Family Guy, Wilt in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and Brown-Tooth, the Goblin Rogue in The Goblins. He also voiced numerous video game franchises, including Metal Gear, Darksiders, Final Fantasy, Infamous, Dead Island, Kingdom Hearts, and Mortal Kombat. You have seen Phil in Pulp Fiction as Marvin. Spoiler alert, his head gets blown up by courtesy of Travolta. Biodome, speaking of sex, Spider-Man 2, and Real Steel. Fans of MADtv, please welcome my friend, Phil LaMarr. Aww. Yay! Woo! Pew, 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 pew.
Thank you, Brandee, for getting us back to Mad and for mentioning those cartoons. Well, I'm pretty sure I only got to do cartoon work because of MADtv.
Which we were going to get to because...
Well, and that's why I got to do cartoons, MADtv Friends. Me and Dave Herman work on Futurama, and me and Alex Borstein worked on Family Guy.
Yes. Fun fact, I was walking out of the... I was walking down the hallway the other day at work, and Dave Herman came walking out of the men's restroom. And I'm like, hey, nice. What are you doing? Love MADtv Family. It was... It's magic in a bottle. I'm just saying. Okay, I am going to stop him-hawing around. I'm going to cut to the chase.
Well, those of us in the MADtv cast, we were very lucky because we had you in production, so we had a good show.
Well, you would come visit me in post. I was usually fighting scurvy in a dark room. Every now and then I'd be let out to get sunlight. But so I always enjoyed it when everyone would come visit me. It was a gosh darn treat. Phil LaMarr, question for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first laugh that you ever got from, like, your family?
Oh, well.
Or even on stage?
Well, there's not much laughter in my family. Or reading. Although, actually, I really felt I could do comedy, finally. Well, I did plays in high school, in college, but the best thing was a guy I did a play with in college. The next year, he came back from where he lived in Chicago and got us started on an improv group at Yale.
Oh, nice.
And doing improv made me feel like, now I'm doing comedy.
Yes. And when you start hitting those laughs, it is a drug that you chase. And, you can bomb one night, hit it out of the park the next, but you just keep chasing it. Oh, that's
well,
great.
And luckily, to my great Chicago friend Eric, him getting me into improv is the reason that after graduation I came home to LA and I got into the Groundlings. I'm like, whoa, having improv was so much fun. I want more improv in my life.
Yes.
So I got into the Groundlings, and that's the best way I got to MADtv.
Yeah.
Because the Groundlings is this amazing place that teaches you improv, and they teach you, well, if you do good improv, you've got to bring that character back and write it as a sketch. So they get you into sketches.
Yes. And so but going back a little bit further, though, when you were a kid, who were your comedy heroes?
Oh, well, growing up, I watched a lot of TV. I was a big fan of Red Fox, Henry Winkler, Richard Pryor, so many people. Well, and George Carlin. Although it's funny, back in adulthood, I actually got to work for some of the people that I worshipped in my childhood. Like I got on George Carlin's sitcom.
Oh, wow.
And I guested on a Red Fox show, and that was such a pleasure.
And so when you were a kid, did you do impressions of like Red Fox and George Carlin?
No. Actually, I got lucky because for some reason in my high school in 10th grade, they decided to do a play, but they did the Woody Allen play. And it got me doing an impression because I was playing Humphrey Bogart.
Oh, nice.
Which is funny because I was probably the person at our high school who looked less like him. But I could do his voice.
So let's jump now a little bit further ahead when you were talking about going to the Groundlings. So did you take all the classes through there, or did you, and then start auditioning to get on like house teams from there?
Yeah, well, I took the improv classes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and it was so amazing to be in, the group where so many great people like Lorraine Newman, Paul Rubens, and Kathy Griffin had come from. It was also good to have Julia Sweeney and Steve Hibbert as teachers.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it was really nice that my teacher, Steve Hibbert, he and I later got to do parts in a movie together because he was friends with Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, and that's how you got Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Julia Sweeney invited her friend Quentin to the Groundlings to come do an improv show. So, doing an improv game, this great movie guy, and I was like, wow, you're so funny and you ain't getting nobody killed.
So he was decent.
He was really good on stage.
Oh, wow.
And I understood. It's like, yeah, well, no, you definitely need to cast yourself in all your movies because you're good.
And this was like after Reservoir Dogs, right? So this would be between Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs.
It was right after, his first movie, right before he did his second.
Okay.
When Pulp Fiction was his second.
That's, I would be terrified to be on stage with Quentin Tarantino for numerous reasons. Do you remember the first character that you ever created, even like if it was at the Groundlings?
Oh, yeah. Well,
Or at Yale?
no, at the Groundlings. That's when I started writing sketches.
Okay.
And it was fun because I decided to write a sketch about a guy who was so dumb he wouldn't realize this woman he was flirting was too big for him. But we came up with this idea. I came up with this idea that, because Mary Shear was playing this like beautiful, huge lawyer woman, and I figured, well, the only way this dumb guy would get into her office was if he was a UPS delivery man, because everybody lets them in wherever. So that's where Jack the UPS guy came from. We did a sketch at the Groundlings, and then later, Mary and I got to do the same sketch on MADtv.
Oh, that's fantastic. And again, ageism here. I called him Jock earlier, and I'm like, oh, it is. I completely forgot. It's it's Jack.
Yeah.
I worked on all those sketches. Just don't remember. How did I get here? Who knows? Do you remember what characters you auditioned with to get on Mad?
Well, it's great. for the sketch show, the audition was they would have you do some of your characters and also impressions that you could do, which is great to show them what stuff you could do for sketches. And so I did the dumb UPS guy in my audition, and I also did an impression I had done, well, at the Groundlings, I did a sketch where I played Michael Jackson. And I did a sketch with Jennifer Coolidge. So I definitely did an impression of him in my audition.
And then it made it onto Mad and became an instant cult classic.
Yeah, it was great that they decided to do some Michael Jackson sketches. So I got to pretend to be Michael Jackson with the Kiss Band.
Oh, that's right.
And one time, one of his sisters.
Oh, nice. Wasn't there, there's a Dave Herman sketch where Dave Herman is playing Michael Flattery from like Lord of the Dance, and Michael Jackson goes, the two of you like battle it out. And if I remember correctly, I think Michael wins. Do you have a process for creating a character?
Well, the best thing is, well, if it's a star or a movie, a character that you've watched all of, then you know how they walk, how they sound, how they feel, and you know what that would be. Although a lot of times with sketches, it's really just knowing the story. And because you know how you should make it feel for the audience.
And if this, then what? And because I just remember, like, when I was a kid, my dad and I, when we would be waiting for my mom while she would be shopping, we would like kind of profile people as they would walk around, like walk past us.
Really?
And my dad would be like, "What kind of car does this person drive? What kind of music does this person listen to?" And you would just, so I would like cast that upon some
Wow.
random stranger. And then you're like, ooh, let me utilize this later on in life.
That's amazing, you people doing so much work in the Midwest.
Sometimes you got to entertain yourself, when you're from Kansas.
Well, but also your family was smart enough to get information.
Funnel it and then use it against them.
My mama's family from Arkansas wouldn't be doing shit like that.
No, you'd just be playing banjos.
Yeah.
You sure look pretty. So we have now come to the sponsor portion of the podcast. That's right. I have a sponsor, Phil LaMarr. And my sponsor is the Crow in Santa Monica. The Crow is a comedy club located in the Bergamont Station Arts Center in Santa Monica. It also happens to be a super inclusive 501c3 nonprofit theater. I highly recommend catching a show, a class, an open mic, or even enrolling your kids in their summer comedy camp. That's right, comedy for kids in camp. No matter your age, there's a space there for you for their full comedy school for not just adults, but also they have comedy classes for teens and kids, too. Or maybe you just want to go see a hilarious show in one of their 2 theaters. Basically, work on your craft during the day and laugh your ass off at night. So please visit crowcomedy.com for classes, shows, and tickets. I did it.
Nice.
Now we're back. We're back to the podcast. Phil LaMarr, did you have a favorite reoccurring character to play or a favorite impression that you did while on MADtv?
Oh, wow. Actually, I was so impressed to be able to do a Sidney Poitier impression in one sketch because to me, that guy was the reason I could be a black actor. That was so much fun,
And then what about like original character that you had done while you were at MAD?
Oh.
Did you have a favorite? Would Jack from UBS guy be like your main go-to favorite?
Yeah, it was so nice to get to do my stage character on camera, but also it was great that the writers and producers on MAD would sometimes be pitching sketches about that UPS guy. Like, yeah, let's do that sketch about him in the bathroom.
Do you have a moment while you were at MAD that you were most proud of?
Oh, wow. Well, actually, my most proud moment was after the first couple of seasons when we started getting hosts.
Oh, yes.
And it was amazing. They would bring in some great big people.
So did you have a favorite cast member to perform with?
Actually, the whole cast was my favorites. I loved getting to work with those great people. I mean, Mary Shear, Artie Lang, Nicole Sullivan, Deborah Wilson, Orlando Jones, Dave Herman, and Brian and Craig, Pat, all those. Although, it was so great, the people that they brought in afterwards, Alex Borstein, Mike McDonald, Will Sasso, and Aries Spears.
Yeah.
So, yes, I love and worship the entire MADtv cast. Even some of the great people I didn't get to do sketches because they came in after I left the show. Key and Peele.
Oh, of course. I'm telling you, just some of the absolute best, hilarious talent came out of MADtv. You are one of them, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Do you still see a lot of your old castmates from MADtv? Hang out with them?
Oh, sadly, I don't get to see as many as I used to. Although, thankfully now sometimes might get to run into Nicole Sullivan or Dave Herman at a Comic-Con. And they're definitely always going to have fans come up to them.
So what started you on your voiceover journey in your career that you currently have now?
Oh, the voice stuff. Well, I think mostly it was because on our sketch show, because we were based on Mad Magazine, we would sometimes do animation, spy versus spy, and we all voiced cartoon characters. Although it was really sweet when the people who cast us were also hired to do casting for the creator of The Simpsons, who was coming up with a new cartoon. Which is why me and David Herman got to be on Futurama.
That's so great.
Well, and thankfully, that's still going, unlike our lovely sketch show.
How many seasons is Futurama in now? Do you know?
Wow. Getting close to 30.
Oh,
Not there yet.
wow. See, I didn't realize. I guess that makes sense now. I didn't realize because Family Guy just finished recording. I think season 24, and I guess I didn't realize that Futurama was before. Again, dating myself and also ageism on my end. Do you have any advice for anyone starting out in comedy today?
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess today it might be different how to start out in comedy. Because maybe if you're funny on social media, that'll make you more money.
And what about voiceover? So if you wanted to get into voiceover today, would you have any advice on anyone, like how to go about that?
Well, I suggest to people whenever I, run into somebody or a family member of someone who wants to get into voice acting, I definitely recommend that they get into, because there's a couple of great things for voice acting because there are a handful of fantastic voice actors who teach it. Like D. Bradley Baker
Oh, yes.
has a website, iwanttobeavoiceactor.com. And the amazing Tara Strong has a voice acting teaching website, voicelinks.com.
Do you have any parting words that you would like to say to fans of MADtv?
Well, the things I really love to say to fans of MADtv is, thank you for staying up late. Although it's interesting because sometimes people will say they watched it in their childhood, in their teens.
Yeah.
But definitely, our writers and producers created this show. that kids could enjoy. It wasn't just for old people. I think the New York show was a little more old.
Well, see, I'm gonna kind of like stop the interview here because this podcast, Mad Rewind, would not exist if it wasn't for you, Phil. Because there were a couple of times where you're like, "Hey, Brand, can you come sit with me?" At a Comic-Con or at I think the very first one was the Long Beach Video Game Con. And I went and I sat with you and at your table, at your autograph table. And it was amazing to me how many people, let's say for every group of 10 people that came up.
Well, it was amazing to me because getting to have you come with me to a con made time at a Comic-Con as good as a late night sketch show.
Aw,
thank you.
Thank you.
Because you're so great.
Thank you, Philly. But it was like, I was like, MADtv wasn't streaming at the time. So I was like, where are these kids? Because for every like 10 people that came up, every group of 10, 7 or 8 easily would start off with MADtv in their fanboy speech to you. And I was shocked, like, how are you even knowing what this is? And, it ended up being clips on YouTube. And so I think I did a Sunday with you in Long Beach, and then you were like, hey, I know short notice. Can you do Comic-Con with me in San Diego the following weekend? And I did. And again, it was the same thing over and over and over again. Also, I used to work at DC Comics. DC Comics owns Mad Magazine. And I still have a good relationship with the people at DC Comics. And that's why I will always say, motto here, I will never die of secondhand smoke because don't burn any bridges, everybody. Just don't do it. But because of that, I was able to, reach back out to old friends that run DC Comics and be like, hey, I might have an idea. And in the middle of this, you had asked me, you're like, hey, several people have asked me for me to be on their podcast. Brandee, would you mind listening to this and give me your opinion? And I had listened to some of these podcasts and I'm like, whew, that's bad. But the others were like, wow, this is insane and incredible. And Phil, you need to go do it. But that's where the idea came from, was like, wait a minute, there's a space that needs to be filled. I'm going to take it. So I went and pitched the idea to DC Comics, and they were like, yes, here's your guardrails, run with it. And so again, thank you, Phil, because Mad Rewind would not exist had none of that happened. So I thank you for that.
Thank you for Mad Rewind.
Am I the best one to be doing this? I am not, but I'm doing the best I can. So do you have anything that you would like to promote coming up? Any shows that you're working on right now, or any Comic-Cons coming up that you would like to, any panels that you would like to promote? Like the Mad Rewind panel at San Diego Comic-Con? On Saturday, July 25th at 3 p.m. in the Indigo Ballroom. I can say it now. I wasn't able to say that prior.
Well, I guess the main thing to promote these days is the new Minions movie, Minions and Monsters, that I got to do a part in. Although it was really interesting that voicing monster characters along with a guy from SNL. Bobby Moynihan.
Oh yes, nice. You're also, so you just did the Minions movie, but you're still like full on Samurai Jack. You're still Futurama, all of the things that we discussed earlier. But again, Phil is on the Mad Rewind panel, and that panel also has. Deborah Wilson, Nicole Sullivan, Mo Collins, Blaine Capatch, Michael McDonald, Orlando Jones, and Josh Myers.
Yes, so anybody coming to that panel is gonna feel like they're having a good show.
The world's a dumpster fire, y'all. If you can make it to this panel, I promise you, for 60 minutes in our care, you will have an amazing time. I'll do the best I can.
And coming to a Mad panel, that doesn't mean you're angry, just means you're crazy.
Last year, the train went off the rails. It was chaotic, and it was hilarious, and it was the best, and hopefully we can recreate that this year. Where can people find you on social media, Phil?
Oh, on TikTok and Instagram, there's an @Phil LaMarr. That's me,
And
Phil LaMarr.
And
Two
that-
L's and 2 R's.
and that's also, and you said Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have arrived at the end.
And these are
The best.
cool.
Thank you, Staples. You should sponsor me, Staples. We have made it to the end of the podcast. We did it. So this is the credit portion. Mad Rewind is recorded via the studio venue just south of Fance in downtown Burbank. Please visit thestudiovenue.com for all of your podcast needs. Mad Rewind is produced by Dan Holden and Lily Romero. Engineered by Kyle and Teresa Tucker. Edited by Kyle Tucker. Executive produced and hosted by me, Brandee Stilwell. Fans of MADtv, thank you so much for spending your time coming to our Little Train That Could podcast. I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, set your alerts, do whatever you got to do. I appreciate you. I know that you have a lot of choices. There are a lot of podcast choices. Doing our best here. So thank you very, very, very much for listening. I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good one. Until next time, thank you, Phil LaMarr. Yay! Woo!
Thank you, Brandee.
Woo! Pow, pow, pow.